What is up, flock? Feenix here, and welcome back to another Farming Sim 17 FS911 garage update video. I usually question myself, but we're sticking with it. That's what it's the garage update video. I think that sounds good. I don't know. Anyway, today we have a special announcement. Unless you are in the Thin Line Outfitting Discord, or follow me on Instagram, or an Elite Flock member, I've already told you guys about this, but I figured I'd make a video, unless I've already made this video. I don't think I've made this video yet. I might have made this video. I don't know. This whole past, 2 months have been a blur. Anyway, let's get into it. So, a few months ago, a couple of the guys over in the Thin Line Outfitting Discord discussed doing a collab pack. And I was interested. I was like, I'm all on board. Let's do this. And I think there's 8 of us in total. There's myself, Ethan, Henry, Peyton, Lurch, Billy, Sager, and Cody are all involved. So there's eight people working on 8 packs, technically more, and we'll get to that in a second. 8 different fire packs, I should say, that are all going to be released together at the same time. I have no time frame on that, so for those of you who are looking for a release date, I have no clue. I'm nowhere near being done. I have 2 vehicles done, and you're just looking at them. Those are the only 2 trucks I have done currently. I have a lot more to work on. Some of them who are still in Blender, so, just keep in mind, I have no clue what it is. And I put the reefs on them just in case, someone's like, let's release something for Christmas or something. I am like, I got 2 trucks that can go out. But anyway, we have a lot of work left to do. But I think myself and Henry have the 2 biggest departments. He is just chugging along. I think he's got 4 things done, and I have 2. And when we're talking about workhorses, freaking Peyton has finished. I think he's pretty much finished his department, plus the EMS department. Plus, he's got most of the county department done. So, that dude is freaking nutsoid. He is absolutely just bonkers. So not only do you get 8 fire departments, you get it's going to be a county-wide EMS, which comes with a bunch of ambulances and a couple of, Tahoes. And then you're going to get a hazmat, county hazmat, how do I put hazmat team? No, division, something like that. What Delaware has. They have Denrec that handles it, all the hazmat calls and everything. So you're gonna get all that. Plus, we've just recently decided we're gonna do police cars. So I don't know if each department, if they want each department to have. I don't know how that's gonna work at all. I thought about skinning a couple of police cars we already have. Excuse me, in the South Dakota. By the way, it's based off South Dakota, a fictional county called Covington County in South Dakota. But I thought about doing a couple of vehicles we already have, and in the South Dakota paint scheme, and then doing a Tahoe or something in the in a Duggan Hills themed paint scheme. I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know. We'll see how that comes. I'm more focused on getting my fire trucks done first, but let's go over a little rundown of how this came to fruition for the Duggan Hills Fire Department. So my department is Duggan Hills. I started off not knowing what paint scheme I was going to do, or what the name was going to be. None of it. I had no clue. I was like, I just did Featherville, or still working on Featherville, which is the black over the orange. I was like, that would make sense, being my department in a group effort. It would make sense to have the black over orange. And I was like, but I don't want to just copy what I've just did and do it over again. So I was like maybe red over black or black over red, or orange over white, and then like I didn't know who was working on what, so I was going by looking at what other people were doing, and there's a lot of black over red. Wasn't a huge fan of the white over orange, so I really didn't know. I actually started making my trucks in just blank white. Like this truck right here was just white initially, and then Peyton, the workhorse again, suggested maybe trying out the new Amtrak paint scheme, which is red over blue with the white and red stripe, which you're looking at right now. This is my take on it, and I gotta say, that guy is a genius because I love the way this turned out. This is a beautiful truck. Like I don't know how else to say it, because this thing I absolutely love the way this color scheme came out. I think it looks good on both old and new vehicles, so it nails it. So thank you to Peyton for the color scheme idea. So once I had the color scheme idea nailed down, I was like, now it's time to think of I just started painting trucks red and blue. And then when I first shared what it looked like on this, Jesse had made the comment that it kind of looks like a American truck skin. It does, or American flag skin. It doesn't even look like a train skin. And when I hear American flag, the first thing that comes to my mind is, oh! And if you don't know who that is, well, then I feel sorry for you. But it's his Jim Duggan. So I was like, all right, American flag, let's do a Jim Duggan reference. And I was like, South Dakota Hills, Duggan Hills. That's how we came up with the name. I just start plucking in stuff, and it went off from there. So that's how Duggan Hills came to be. So let's run down the list of Duggan Hills trucks. The first two are done. As Rescue 75, which in the storyline will be the old Engine 75-1. So this truck is heavily inspired by Camden's Rescue 41, and another picture of a Pierce Lance rescue truck that I found on just Googling. So that's where that's kind of like the two sandwiched together, and that's how I came up with this. I took the cab off 51, and it is pretty much identical the way 51. I did add this little thingy here. I don't know what that is, and the bell from, I believe, Lurch hooked us up with the bumper mounted bell. So in the storyline, I'm thinking in my head, Duggan Hills Rescue 75 was the original, or the old 75-1, and it's a 1994 Pierce Lance, and it was replaced by the new Engine 75-1, which is going to be a 2024. Hopefully, we don't get it done before Christmas. That way I can be like, oh, it's a brand new engine, 2024. So, 94, 24, just like, I don't know. For me, it makes sense. But I was all over the place. I was just going to do a rescue engine squad, like I kind of did with like Featherville. But the more cool stuff that came out, I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to do multiple engines. So Engine 75 started off as a Sutphin, went to something else, went to something else, and went to something else. And actually it was supposed to look like that one back there. And then Lurch hooked me up with all the Enforcer cabs, and I knew as soon as I got my hands on it that we were doing the extended cab look here. It fits, it works, and I love these two as a pair right now. These things are beautiful. So yeah, that's the only two I have done. But there is, as you can tell, there is a chaos of it. This is not involved. I honestly thought about adding a fifth engine, and making this my 5th engine and doing like a 2004 or yeah, like a 2004. But you know, I'm not that crazy, or am I? No, I'm not that crazy, or am I? Anyway, I got too much on my plate already, or do I? No. Okay, let's move on. So that is the 2 completed. The next closest one to completion will be Brush 75 over here, which I initially wanted the Chevy 4500 crew cab, but I thought I had the 3D model. Apparently I don't, so I went with the International, which works just fine for me. I have no complaint. I actually kind of like it better now that I see it in game, but it's closest to being done. It's already got the lights. I need to do the lights, move the guy up, and then figure out like grill lights, and then that'll be done. But the one I'm working on now, to the next I'm hoping to have complete is 75-2, which will be a sut fin, like what you see here. So what the heck? All right, sorry, I felt something vibrate on my desk. I have to do lights. It's actually further along in Giants Editor than what it is right now. I have all the lights in place. I just need to script them all and all that. I just didn't have time to do all that before I record this video because I'm trying to get as much done today as possible, because I have my daughter's chorus concert tonight, and so I got a lot of free time during the day, so I'm trying to get as much done as possible. But this has changed a little bit. I wanted to do the red stripe or red at the top here, so this has been changed to red, and yeah, and you know, lights, and then this one will be done. If those of you who watched my mod spotlight, I said something about doctoring the interior of the sut fins, and this is what I did. So you can see that it has some sort of interior. It's not just see-through, but there you have it. So that's the next one I'm currently working on. It's probably gonna be the next one. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just knock out the engines next, and then work on the other stuff, because the engines are frankly the closest to being done. I think most of them just need lights, and a little bit of texturing work, so I'm trying to get those knocked out. That way I can put a lot of the heavy focus in on what's left. So anyway, that's the next one. The third one will be 75-3, or the fourth one complete would be the fourth one complete will be 75-3, which is a tanker engine, which was originally the tanker, and then that became the tanker. And I really wanted American La France. All right, that's why this has come to it. I found a picture on Facebook, and I was like, I love that truck, so it's getting done. It's getting done. I think Cody was talking about doing 2 ladder trucks, so I was like, well, if he's doing 2 ladders, I'm doing 2 tankers. And now I think it's like 3 or 4 departments are running 2 tankers now. I think Ethan is running 2 tankers. I think Cody's actually running 2 tankers, and possibly Billy's running 2 tankers. I don't know. So this is like the 3rd or 4th department now that's going to run 2 tankers. So the entire county of Covington's going to be covered with water. Like, they are not going to be like, who needs fire hydrants anymore? We got like 6 or 8, tanker trucks rolling down the street. So yeah, 75-3. Again, I believe the only thing I need to do is lights and some, like, I got to fix those, and I think the texturing work itself is done. Next up is my little pride and joy here, that I've been working on, and this is going to be engine 75-4. So a lot of the department, I think like Felton, Farmington, I don't know what other, but they have like commercial cabs that go out, on like brush fires and stuff. So I kind of want to do that whole thing too. And then when Peyton released Springwood, I was like, I'm going to use that International or Freightliner that's in his. Yeah, it's Freightliner in his. And then I remembered that Jesse had sent me this cab a couple months back because I'm obsessed with Gatlinburg's new engine. If you haven't checked that out yet, head over to YouTube and check out Gatlinburg Engine 22. That thing's a hoss. So that's what this is heavily inspired by. It's not identical by any means, but it's heavily inspired by it. And it's got its quirks, like, you know, the ladder rack hitting the side there. But, you know, if it doesn't bother me, I guess it shouldn't bother anyone. I'm the critical one here. These are different sizes. You know, it is what it is. But that's that. But it does have this. Yeah, and that moves. And then it does have this. Yeah, just like the actual Gatlinburg truck, which I absolutely love. So this is probably my favorite out of the pack so far. I love all the other stuff I've done. This has been purely a what does Fifi want, and what does Fifi like these ideas in my head that keep popping up. Let's make them happen. And pretty much every time a new idea pops in my head, I've made it happen for Duggan Hills. I almost said new Duggan Hills. And that's what this is. So I absolutely love this truck. This is by far, like I said, my favorite thing I've worked on for this department. And I can't wait to see it complete it. So that's the engines. That's the rescuing the 4 engines. Other than that, we will have a tower ladder. I need to figure out what's going on with this thing. If you guys watch the mod spotlight, the F1 menu just flashes like crazy. I don't know why. So if anyone knows how to fix that, please let me know, because it needs to be fixed. But yeah, it's just painted, and it still needs a bunch of texturing work and lights figured out and all that jazz. So that's how it is. I've already talked about the brush. This will be Command Vehicle 75. I was going to do the Tahoe, but it seems like a lot of other people are doing the Tahoe. So I was like, let's come up with something new. And I don't know why. Like, if you look at them like this, like they're the same width, roughly. But if you look at them like this, nail it. If you look at them like this, I mean, they're roughly the same height. But why does the truck look so much wider than the Tahoe? I don't know why, but I'm basing it off that scale, and I mean they're roughly the same length, they're roughly the same height and width, but for some reason the pickup truck looks so much bigger. I don't know. But this will be Command Vehicle 75. It is just practically in game. There's been no work done to it whatsoever, so I need to do all the texturing work, lights, and all that jazz. So that's nowhere near being done. Next up is just early stage Frankenstein Tanker 75. So technically this was going to be the Rosenbauer that I did way back a couple years ago when I was raising money for something. Where I released, if it got to a certain donate amount, I released I think it was the Black Forge skin, and for those of people that donate, they got a special Featherville skin. So that is this bed, and that's what this was originally supposed to be, until Cody shared a picture of a Sutphin with this bed, and I was like, man, that bed's spot on, and I'd rather have a Sutphin over Rosenbauer. And then, you know, Jesse comes right out and tells me that he modeled the bed off the Sutphin truck with the actual Sutphin cab. And I was like, you know, real friends don't let real friends take Rosenbauers, Jesse. Like, why would you do that? But I've put Jesse's Rose or Sylvan cab back on it. Actually, this is the cab he put out. I don't know if he's going to send me over. He shared a picture of the bed with the actual Sutton cab on it, the extended one. If he's going to send that to me, I'll switch it in a heartbeat. If not, this is how it will go out. But as you can see, it's early Frankenstein. I don't even have the bumper or anything on that. And, you know, it's not painted up or anything. So that one's very early on. And I'm not going to work on it until probably the last, just in case Jesse does send over the other cab. Then we'll work on that. I think everything else, the Tahoe was originally going to be the command vehicle. It's not the case anymore. It's just there because that's what it was originally going to be. Other than that, I do have two other trucks that haven't made it out of Blender yet. One being Utility 75, which will be like a brand new, like 2022 Chevy 2500, and that's going to be used to pull around the trailer. Which is this is just my early thinking, like trying to figure out if this truck or this trailer will work for me. A lot of departments around here have Denrec vehicle stations, so a lot of them have like trailers. Like I think South Bowers, Felton have hazmat trailers that run the Denrec name on them, and we've agreed that any county unit will be done in the county paint scheme, which is white and red. Probably not this red. I'm still waiting to get like a sample, I guess mod, so I can do the correct font and color scheme. But this is pretty much what it's going to be. It's just going to say Covington County and whatever the name is. I'm not 100% certain on the name, so I'm waiting again for the actual font and logo to know what it looks like, and then it will say Spec Ops 75 because it's going to be Special Ops, Special Operations 75. So any county unit that is stationed at the station will have the Covington County paint scheme, but it'll still be numbered by the department. So if that makes sense. So like South Bowers has a hazmat trailer, a Denrec hazmat trailer, but it runs hazmat 57. Their station number is 57. So hopefully that makes sense. That's, like I said, this will be done once I get my hands on that, so I can get it more accurate to the rest of the county units. That's utility and Spec Ops. The other one will be a medic. So since it's a county-wide EMS, kind of like here, Farmington has a medic unit, which is just like a it's a pickup cab with a rescue bed body on it that runs out to medical calls, because they don't actually have a ambulance. They rely on, I think, Harrington and Greenwood for their ambulance services. So I figured, why not include that, something like that. So this would be Mech 75. It's going to have this bed on it with like a 2011 Chevy 3500 or 2500 cab on it, crew cab. So that is, I think that wraps up everything. Let me just look at my list real quick, just to make sure I'm not missing anything. So we have, might help if I find the right one here. There we go. So we have the 2024 Pearson Forester engine 75.1, the 2014 Sutton Monarch, which is 75.2, the 2006 American LaFrance, which is 75.3, the 2022 Freightliner 108 SD, which is 75.4, the 1994 Pierce Lance, which is Rescue 75. The 2018 Suction Monarch, which will be Tanker 75. The 2022 International CD, which will be Brush 75. Brush you'll have. The 1996 Pierce Lance, which will be Tower 75. The 2011 2500, which will be Medic 75. That's currently not in game. The 2019 2019 1500, which would be Command 75, and then 2022 Chevrolet 2500 Utility 75. So there we go. We've run down the list, and then we have Spec Ops 75. We've run down the list of everything. So again, I have no time frame on when this is going to be done. It's not just me. So you know, it takes everyone. We've all agreed that once everyone's done, that's when it'll get released. Like I said, I have 2 of all of my list done. Cody is practically done. Sager says he's got nothing completed, but he has a much shorter list. Billy has most of his stuff done. I think he's got 1 truck left to do. Just run down their list here. Peyton has Covington EMS completely done. He has all but he has half of the special hazards migration team, SHMT. He has half of that done. He has all but 2 of his department done. Lurch being my hero, he's only got 2 done as well, but his is much shorter than mine. Henry's got 1, 2, 3, 4, roughly half. He's got the same size department as I have, and he's got 4 of his done compared to my 2, and then Ethan's got 1 done, 2 in the works. So yeah, I don't know how long this is going to take. I know I'm probably going to be like I'm going to be the one they have to wait on. So yeah, keep that in mind. But there you go. That's Duggan Hills. That's going to be part of the Covington pack. I don't know how much I'll update this. Probably once I get all the engines done and get everything else further along, I might make a other update video. But yeah, there you go. Now, next week, I will be doing another garage update video. This is going to be on all my other projects. Someone had asked for a Station 50 update, so I'll get all the other stuff I have. I haven't worked on any of it, but I'll get it and talk about it and, you know, all that. So, that'll be next week. But today's video, that's going to be it. If you guys did like the video, be sure to leave a like down below. It does help me out so very, very much, and I do appreciate it so very, very much. If you guys do want to see future Farming Simulator 17 FS901 videos, be sure to click that subscribe button. If you guys want me to know whenever I do go live or upload a video, click that notification bell. As always, guys, thank you so very, very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.